When the topic Feng Shui is discussed, most people will assume it as placing a money toad, money frog, or some aquarium and Feng Shui enhancers. So, what does Feng Shui really mean? Feng Shui is an ancient Chinese system that examines the layout and architecture of a building and structure, the people who live in it, the local physical environment, and how the energy flow known as qi communicates within all of these elements. The two words Feng, which means wind, and Shui, which means water, derive from the Chinese language. Feng Shui, if we look at the ancient characters, we can tell that they were meant to depict a flying bird for Feng and flowing water for Shui. For centuries, people have been using Feng Shui to enhance their lives in different aspects, such as wealth, health, careers, relationship, marriages, and almost every aspect. Feng Shui was based on ancient Chinese observations of the sky and the earth. The fundamental idea is solely based on harmony between human and nature. Feng Shui initially appeared in China during the Warring States period between 476 to 221 BC. At that time, Feng Shui was not called Feng Shui, but it was called Kan Yu. Kan, which means heaven, and Yu, which means earth. Now let's talk about the Feng Shui schools. When we say school, some people might think of a school where students go for education. But in Feng Shui, schools are meant in different ways or aspects in Feng Shui. There are many Feng Shui schools, but the two major schools are the Form School and Compass School. The Form School or the Landscape School focuses on the existing forms in our environmental landscape, such as the rivers and mountains, and how that affects the Feng Shui of the houses or tombs. The Compass School, on the other hand, focuses on Bagua Luo Shu and the relationships of the five elements, which are water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. So how do we calculate our core number? For women, add all the digits in your birth year. For example, if you're born in 1969, add 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 9, which will be 25. Reduce to a single digit from 2 plus 5, which is 7. Add 4 to your single digit number. 7 plus 4 equals 11. Reduce to a single digit number. For example, 1 plus 1, which will be 2. And 2 is the personal core number for a woman born in 1969. If you get number 5, your personal core number will be number 8. As for men, add all the digits in your birth year. For example, if you're born in 1970, add 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 0, which will be 17. Reduce to a single digit, for example 1 plus 7, which will be 8, and subtract 11 from the number and you will get 3. Reduce to a single digit number if required, and 3 is personal core number for men born in 1970. If you get 5, your personal core number will be 2. These are the meaning behind the 5 elements in Feng Shui. For wood, which means artistry and development, water, which means feelings and motivation, metal, which means center of attraction and order, fire, which means power and courage, and lastly, earth, which means strength and balance. Okay, but how do we use Feng Shui for a better life? Here are some small things that we can do to have good Feng Shui. First up is to get a plant. Feng Shui is all about space and airflow. Plants are great natural air purifiers. Here are some plants that are very important to Feng Shui. First will be a bamboo. Bamboo can ward off negative thoughts and energy. It can promote resilience and courage among people. It is also a sign of prosperity, but just be aware, bamboo is a plant that needs a lot of love and attention. Next will be a jade plant. Jade plant is considered as the money plant and is believed to attract prosperity to offices. But just make sure that this plant doesn't grow taller than a meter or it can disrupt the qi balance in your room. One great place to put your plants is in the empty cabinets in your kitchen. In the Feng Shui perspective, this space is often filled with dust, so qi gets stuck in there and creates dead energy that will hold you back in life. Next is to clean your air. Okay, we know how great a plant will be to have, but maybe some of us, if we get a plant, we know it's going to die. So what you could do is just to open your windows more often. The fresh air from outside brings more movement into your room and creates good energy flow as well. But it's also understandable that there are some living circumstances that do not permit this, as maybe the outside might be too polluted, so you can always get an air purifier. Next is to put away your electronics. In this modern world, everybody has computers, phones, etc. Feng Shui is an ancient practice that has no interest in such an advanced technology. In order to live in a harmonious place, it is best to remove any kind of electronics. because they emit a strong energy that is not always positive. Even though it sounds like an extremely hard thing to do, you are guaranteed to feel much more comfortable. Do not place the electronics in the bedroom. The bedroom should be a relaxed and positive sanctuary, and these electronics can be disruptive to your sleep. Next, let's add more shapes in your home. Add various shapes in your home. Regarding the furniture in your home, make sure you have an abundance of shapes. Shapes represent different elements in Feng Shui. You need a mix of all these elements to create a wonderful living space. These are some of the examples which represents different elements. The square, which represents the earth, rectangle, the wood, triangle, the fire, wavy, the water, and round, the metal. Next will be to take off your shoes. It is common in most Asian cultures to remove shoes before entering the house. This is because it is understood that low-level energy tends to sink into ground level and some may get stuck to our shoes. And also, why would you want to walk around in your house with dirty shoes? And also, by removing your shoes, we will keep the bad energy out of our homes. Of course, it isn't very sensible to pile our shoes outside the front door. So instead, get a small cabinet and arrange the shoes inside. To surround yourselves with light. Light is the strongest manifestation of energy. Light in your home, be it natural or artificial, greatly influences the quality of your home energy. So make sure you open your windows and let the light shine in. Try your best to find lighting for the corners that are hard to reach, because if you let this space to be dark, it can represent the neglect of certain aspects in your life. Next is to follow a bed arrangements. The bed is the most important piece of furniture in your room. It is important to have a good placement for it in order to have a great flow of qi. Anyway, while each bedroom feng shui is unique, there are a few main tips to keep in mind while positioning your bed. First is to make sure to have access to both sides of your bed. Make sure the bed is placed diagonally across the door. You should be able to see the door while laying in bed. In this way, if a boogeyman comes, you'll be able to know. Of course, sometimes this is not possible, so you can place a mirror in the position where you see the door while laying in bed. Just make sure you are not facing directly in the mirror. Do not have anything kept under your bed just because you cannot find any other places to store it. This will create negative energy under your bed and you won't be able to get a good sleep. And also, the space under your bed is creepy enough that you don't need any more negative energy under there. Now, this is the most important tip in Feng Shui. Declutter your clutters. Clutter is the worst thing to have in Feng Shui. If your house is dirty, then you're leaving negative qi to collect. The clutter can mean that you have tons of stuff that you don't like anymore or don't use and only create blocks of negative energy for yourself. In this case, you just have to let it go. There's also a Japanese legend that says if you collect a lot of things in your living space that you don't use, 100 years later, they will turn into demons.